As James sets it up, here's LeBron for three. Third three for Alston. James with a hard-driving move.
All right, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. I want to give a special thanks to, once again, my main man contributing to this channel, Isle Sabag. Man, thank you so much. I'm so thrilled how much you get out of this channel, that you find the kindness in your heart to actually donate to this channel, and the amount that you donate to. You have my deepest gratitude, my friend. Thank you. My comment of the day comes from No Sheep Mentality. And this is just spot on, because you know this is exactly what would happen. He says, I like how they say Kareem wasn't there when Jordan beat the Lakers. Yet, if he had been there instead of retired, they'd have then said, well, he was ancient. I mean, he was old then, but yeah, here's the thing. You know it. Isaiah Thomas mentions that, oh yeah, I beat Larry Bird. I beat Magic with Kareem. He throws that little nugget in there. It's like, no, dude, you barely beat Magic. He played, what, half the series at best? But then at the same token, the media will say, you beat the Pistons when they got old. You beat the Lakers because they were old. Wasn't Showtime. Kareem wasn't there. But it's a double-edged sword. If he did beat a Kareem Lakers team, it would be, oh, well, that's because he was old. When they beat the Utah Jazz, who annihilated everybody in the West, and it was an undeniable great win in both 97 and 98, especially 98 when they beat Olajuwon Drexler Barkley. They actually beat him in back-to-back seasons, 97 and 98. They beat Shaq and Kobe. They beat Duncan and Robinson. Then it was, oh, well, it was just two Hall of Famers. What's the big deal? It was just two Hall of Famers. You had 4 on your team. Counting Tony Kukoc, of course. There will never be any full credit to be had of anything Michael Jordan did. And like I've said to people a million times, we did not get to see Michael Jordan on the 91, 92, 93, or 96, 97, 98 Chicago Bulls play the 83 76ers, the 86 Celtics, the 01 Lakers, the 2017 Warriors, or any other team that people think is great, the 72 Lakers. We didn't get to see that. But what we did see was a team win 3 championships in a row on 2 separate occasions. Again, if it's so easy, how come nobody else did it? Minus the one that the Lakers did from 2000 to 2002 with 2 top 10 all-time players. Thanks for the comment, No Sheep Mentality, because you're dead on. That's exactly the way the media would treat it. Under no circumstances does Michael Jordan get credit for anything. And if he does win a championship, we're going to go through it's old, or it's only got 1 or 2 Hall of Famers on the team, therefore it was weak competition. That's just how we do it now. In this video here, we all know how the media loves to tout how LeBron James carried Cleveland, his first stint from 2004 to 2010. I've heard it a million times. I actually saw somebody in the comments of the 2009 Eastern Conference Finals when I was grabbing a couple of clips, and he said the same thing. Greatest carry job of the 21st century. Carried them to what exactly? A 66-win team? You think you could do that by yourself, even in a pretty weak conference? Not possible. You had the coach of the year, Mike Brown. You had the players on your team to fit around your game, period. And somehow it worked in the regular season, going 66-16. You sweep the first 2 rounds in the playoffs and go 74-16. That's one of the greatest records ever through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. But LeBron carried it all, right? And if it was so easy for him to carry a team to 66 wins, why didn't he do it every year? Only that year in 2013 Miami were the only years he even got close to that. When you break down LeBron James's historic carry job, whatever you want to call it, from 2004 to 2010, what really did it amount to? I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you. So obviously in 2004, 2005, the East was going through a transition. It was very, very weak. Terribly weak. 2006, Cleveland makes the playoffs. They're 50-32. In the first round, they play Washington. Who are they? Well, they were 42-40. The last 19 games of the season, they were 9-10 coming down the stretch. Cleveland beat them 4-2. Obviously, a team that won 9 out of 19 games, they're not hot, so let's not say they're a hot team. They're a 500 team playing 500 ball coming down the stretch. That's an easy first round matchup. The Eastern Conference semifinals, a little bit different animal. Playing Detroit, they were 64-18. I believe they had an overinflated record because of how weak the East was, and they played a lot of weak teams in the East. Their last 12 games, they were 7-5 coming down the stretch. Now, they did rest starters, so that had a lot to do with why they were 7-5. Cleveland got beat 4-3. It's a superior team. Okay, no problem.
LeBron James attempts the three, but his shot cannot fall.
But Miami was a 52-30 team, only 2 wins better than Cleveland was, and they beat Detroit. 2007, Cleveland again is 50-32. In the first round, we all know Washington 500 team. They were 7-16 in their last 23 games. They didn't have Gilbert Arenas, didn't have Caron Butler. That had a lot to do with it. This was a miserable team, a joke to even play in the playoffs. And they swept them 4-0. What do you expect? In the semifinals, they played New Jersey, another 500 team. Washington was playing their best ball earlier in the year, and then when they lost key players, they backed into the playoffs. New Jersey had to play their way into the playoffs. The last 30 games, they were 17-13. They got in. They were actually the 6th seed as a 500 team. That tells you how incredibly weak the conference is. If a 6th seed is 500, that should be like an 8 seed. But nope, in this case, the 6 and the 7 seed were both 500. They beat the 3 seed Toronto in the previous round, so a little bit more of a challenge in Washington. Cleveland won 4-2, but still a vastly inferior team. In the Eastern Conference Finals, Cleveland plays Detroit. This is only the second team over 42 wins that they've played. 53-29 team. They were 19-9 before the Eastern Conference Finals, so they were playing pretty good ball. Cleveland beat them 4-2. This is the marquee win of LeBron James's first stint in Cleveland. That one win right there. That's the marquee win. In the finals, they play San Antonio, who's 58-24. The third team over 42 wins. They get whomped 4-0. 2008, they're only a 45-win team. In the first round, they play Washington, a 43-win team. They beat them in 6 games. Okay, whatever. In the semifinals, they play Boston, 66-16 Boston. They lose, but in 7 games. So in the LeBron camp's mind, they're thinking that, well, they lost, but man, they pushed them to 7. Yeah, but in the first round, the 37-45 Atlanta Hawks pushed Boston 7 games. That's a 29-win disparity. No disparity that big has the lower team ever won. The biggest was 2007 Golden State beating Dallas. That was a 25-win disparity. This is 29 wins. The fact they took them 7 was a monumental achievement. So the fact that Cleveland took Boston 7 really doesn't have much cachet when Boston just got taken 7 by a 37-win Atlanta team. For whatever reason, they were playing down to the competition, especially on the road. That's the 4th team over 43 wins that they played. They've got 1 win so far. In 2009, the big 66-16 season I was just talking about. First round, you got Detroit, a miserable 39-43 team. They won 7 of their last 20 games coming down the stretch. They beat them 4-0. What do you expect? In the semifinals, they played the Atlanta Hawks, a 47-35 team. Okay, a little bit better competition. They were 500 in their last 20 games coming down the stretch before playing Cleveland in the semifinals. Cleveland sweeps them out 4-0. 8-0 in the first 8 playoff games. The 96 Bulls didn't sweep the first 2 rounds in the playoffs. The 1986 Celtics didn't sweep the first 2 rounds in the playoffs. That's the second team over 43 wins that LeBron James had beat since 2004. In the Eastern Conference Finals against Orlando, a 59-23 team. They're only 12-10 before playing the Eastern Conference Finals. They're not even red hot at all. They're actually faltering a little bit, having all kinds of problems in the semifinals with a Kevin Garnett-less Boston Celtics. Kind of crazy. But they did ultimately win the series. Cleveland gets beat in 6 games to this team. They're 59-23. All right. In 2010, the final season for LeBron James. The first round, they played the Bulls, another 500 team. They beat them 4-1. The Bulls are 10-14 in their last 24 games before playing Cleveland. Again, none of these teams are red hot, except for maybe like 07 San Antonio, 07 Detroit. And then as a 61-win team, they played the 50-win Boston Celtics in the semifinals. They're actually up 2-1. How is Boston doing down the stretch? Well, they won 7 of 15 games before playing Cleveland in the semifinals. That's not a red-hot team at all. And of course, they got beat in 6 games. When you look at what the 7 years actually amounted to, they were 6-0 against teams with 43 wins or less. Great. You beat up on the 500 teams, the 39-win teams, the 42 and the 43-win teams. That's awesome. Teams with 44 wins or more, you won 2 out of 7. Not exactly a world beater, now is it? And the thing is, the first 2 years you didn't even make the playoffs. Okay, fine. The 5 years you made the playoffs, 4 of them, you're a 50-win team. 2 of them, you're a 60-win team. That's all you could muster is 2 wins against teams with 44 wins or more? Only 1 win of a team with 48 wins or more. I know sometimes people get mad at me for doing this, but LeBron fans have a way of trying to turn everything about Michael Jordan. Well, let me just show you this real quick. Before Michael Jordan won a championship, before he ever had an all-NBA or all-defense teammate, that would be 1985 through 1990, those first 6 seasons. The Chicago Bulls, in those 6 years, versus teams with 43 wins or less, 1-0 against 1988 Cleveland Cavaliers. They only played 1 team with 43 wins or less. And that team, 1988 Cleveland, they won like 15 of the last 20 games. They had to play their way into the playoffs. They were hot. They were the 5th defensive rated team in the NBA. No ordinary 42-40 team. They were actually pretty solid. But versus teams with 44 wins or more, they got a 4-6 record. 4-6. LeBron James is 2-5. So not only did Michael Jordan play more, he had a much better record. Much better showing. Michael Jordan had nice wins over teams with good records, like the 1989 Cleveland Cavaliers, 1989 New York Knicks, 1990 Philadelphia 76ers. There's 3 teams right there with at least 52 wins or more. So I don't know where all this carry job stuff comes from. LeBron James was amazing at beating the bad teams. Good for you. Tip my hat. Awesome. But any team that presented a challenge, you got rolled. It was obvious you needed a number 2 player. And I don't mean just like a Scottie Pippen, a guy who would get you 18, 19 points a game and play defense. You had a guy like that in Larry Hughes. And if it was just the points, Mo Williams was getting you close to what Pippen was getting. Anton Jameson, before playing for Cleveland, of course, he was capable of scoring right around what Scottie Pippen was getting you. So no, that's not what it is. You need a number 2 superstar. You need Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis. That's what you need to actually win a championship. And even with those guys, you had issues. Something I've never seen anyone broach this subject. In the 5 series that LeBron James was eliminated between 2006 and 2010, what did LeBron James do in the elimination closeout game in the third quarter? And the reason why I'm picking on the third quarter specifically is because the fourth quarter, you could easily chase down some garbage points, and LeBron James was very famous for doing that. But what about the second half of a game that your season is on the line? How did you do in that third quarter? There's no garbage points to be had. So this is a very accurate depiction of how you did versus the fourth quarter. And believe me, the fourth quarter wasn't much better, but you did get cheap baskets towards the end of some of those games. 2006, Eastern Conference Finals, Game 7 versus Detroit. In the third quarter, LeBron James went 0 for 3, 1 for 2 at the line, 0 assists, 1 turnover, and 1 point. Now, the media is going to totally blame it all on the supporting cast. They're going to say, oh, well, they got beat 79-61. They just couldn't score. It's the teammates who couldn't come through. LeBron James got 1 point in the third quarter of that game. 1. And you're going to blame it on the teammates? Now, look, they shot poorly too. I'm not saying they shouldn't get some of the blame. Absolutely. But don't be so quick to push it off LeBron James, all I'm saying. 0 for 3 from the field, no assists with 1 turnover and 1 point. Yeah, not his best game, is it? 2007 Finals, Game 4 against San Antonio in the third quarter. Season on the line. LeBron James goes 1 for 7 from the field. He didn't shoot any free throws. He had 2 assists, 1 turnover with 2 total points. 2. So that means the third quarter in 06 and 07 of the closeout game, he got you 3 points. Come on. You're going to blame that all on his teammates? 2008, LeBron did much better. He's maturing as a player, blah, blah, blah. Game 7 against Boston, third quarter. Now, LeBron had overall a really nice game. He was 3 for 5 from the field, 2 for 3 from the line. He had 4 assists, 0 turnovers, and 9 points. That's a nice quarter for LeBron James. Great job. 2009 against Orlando, everybody talks about how great his numbers were, and it wasn't his fault. Check his stats. Well, I am checking his stats. In that game, he went 2 for 6 from the field, 3 for 3 at the line, 1 assist, no turnovers, 7 points. All right, that's not horrible, but 2 for 6 is definitely not great. 2010 against Boston, Game 6. LeBron James goes 1 for 4, 3 for 5 at the free throw line, 1 assist with 3 turnovers, 5 points. In the total 5 quarters, the third quarter of each elimination game, LeBron James' first stint on Cleveland, he shot 7 for 25 from the field. That's 28%. That's not good. 9 for 13 from the line. He had 8 assists with 5 turnovers. Very mediocre on that. 24 points. Not amazing. Average per quarter, 1.4 field goals on 5 attempts. 1.8 for 2.6 at the line. A 1.6 assist to 1 turnover ratio. That's very mediocre, if not even not that good. 4.8 points. If this would have translated to a full game, 5.6 field goals out of 20 attempts, 7.2 for 10.4 at the free throw line, 6.4 assists, 4 turnovers, and 20 points. With your season on the line. Yeah, not really that good.
Here is James.
Don't be so quick to push it off LeBron and onto his teammates. He had problems too. He had meltdowns. He had moments. He had stretches where he turned the ball over. He didn't shoot very good. You can blame it on his teammates all you want. but his teammates got you 4 50-win seasons, including 2 60-win seasons. No way you can do it by yourself. That's the famous carry job by LeBron James. 2 wins over teams that won more than 43 games. From a team winning aspect, LeBron James, considering the record they had, it was a failure. I'm sorry. I know why he ran to Miami, because he wanted more superstar help. I get it. He realized, I can't win with just role players. I've got to have a superstar. I got to get people that can score 25 points a game, with both Bosh and Dwayne Wade have done before they joined LeBron. So did Kevin Love. Kyrie Irving, not yet, but he was obviously on his way. Same with AD. That's what he wanted on his team. He needed a superstar, not just guys that would fit around him. Oh no. Larry Hughes, Anton Jameson, Mo Williams, Anderson Varejao, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, that's not going to cut it. I need Dwayne Wade. I need Kyrie Irving. And if you're a LeBron fan, you give him a pass. No big deal. If you're just an NBA fan, you know that's a big deal. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I give daily content, and that's it. Until next time.